it's Karen, and so great to be with you on this wonderful Wednesday. I wanted to come and talk to you today about sleep. And, this is so close to my heart because, my husband, he used to say it's my favorite pastime, it's my favorite thing to do, and was sleep. And I think, for me, it was definitely something that I thought I didn't really have a problem with, even though I was always tired. And so, I would exercise, I would go to work, I would work a lot, I'd exercise a lot, and the sleep just never came. But on the weekend, what I found was, I don't know if you can relate to this, but if I, once I'd finished work, the moment I could have something to eat and then go and have a sleep, that's exactly where you would find me. And so I was really existing in life. I wasn't living in life. And, maybe you're going on this merry-go-round as well. Maybe it's a little bit like, for me, it felt like Groundhog Day. Every day I was just tired. And part of that was because the quality of my sleep was terrible. It was terrible. I would, I used to think I was just a light sleeper, and that's how it was. And, I had seen doctors about it. I had seen naturopaths about it. But it just was not something that was going to come for me. So I could be asleep, but I would hear every tiny little noise. I'd hear my husband breathing. I'd hear, like, everything would keep me awake. It was crazy. And I think I sort of got used to the fact that that's just how life was. But you know what? I was presented with an opportunity to take a look at a few things. But what I really wanted to share with you today was I've been talking to several people about this in the last couple of weeks, and I'm starting to notice how big a problem this is. And so comforting to know I wasn't the only one, and I'm sorry that people are experiencing this. So I wanted to try and offer some value today. So I went and had a look on the Googles, and I actually went to the National Sleep Foundation to get some insights on how I can show up and serve you if this is a problem for you. So I want to give you 5 tips on how to have a better quality sleep. And if you would like more, if you'd like my notes and you want more of what I found, happy to share it with you. Just send me a message. So the first one is you want to stick to a sleep schedule. And this is going to not make someone's day, for sure. Maybe not make your day. That means that you want to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time, even on the weekend. Oh, I don't know about you, but man, I get up early during the week, in the 4 something. So on the weekends, thinking about getting up at 4 something, I'm like, nah, not happening. But you know what? I wake up in the 4 something anyway. So sleep-ins aren't something that really aren't something that I do. So maybe you resonate with that, maybe you don't. If you were like me, like I used to be, if I could sleep in, man, I was sleeping in. But it's so important that you regulate your body clock. You get into that, your body gets into the habit of falling asleep and waking up at the same time all the time. Okay, not just whenever. And have you ever found that if you sleep in, you feel worse? I know for sure that, I don't sleep in, so it doesn't happen anymore. But if I did, I definitely felt worse. So that's the first tip. Regular time, regular schedule. The second tip, just looking at my notes here, you want to practice a relaxing bedtime ritual. And so what does that mean? So a relaxing, routine before bed does not mean looking at the TV. It does not mean that you want to have the bright lights everywhere. What it really means is getting yourself into a more relaxed state so that it's easier to fall asleep. So turning off the TV, maybe listening to some meditation, maybe reading a book. I know I've got some friends, and it happens for me at times. I pick up a book that I really want to read, and within 2 seconds I'm, tired as, can't read, don't even understand what I'm reading, and then I have to put the book down. I'm ready for my sleep. And so you definitely want to take away things, and this is especially for kids, you definitely want to take away those things that create excitement or give you stress. So you don't want to be looking at things like, if you have financial issues, you don't want to be thinking about that. You don't want to be looking at that. You don't want to be thinking about, if you are I've got something planned that's really exciting. I was going to say go on a holiday, but we're not going anywhere at the minute, right? But if you don't want to be looking at all that, because all that excitement then produces more adrenaline, and so we don't want to do that before we go to sleep. So you want to get into a beautiful routine and a beautiful ritual that you can do every single day before you get into bed, and create that so that you can fall asleep much faster. One of the things that I actually do is I'll listen to meditation as we go to bed, and that works for me. The third one, if you are someone who does have trouble sleeping, you definitely want to avoid having naps during the day. And I know that energy slump is going to hit in the afternoon, and sometimes you think, oh my gosh, I cannot keep my eyes open. I have been there. Then maybe you can relate. The number one thing here is you've got to get up, you've got to get moving, because if you start taking naps during the day, you're definitely going to find it more difficult at night, 100%. So avoid having those naps. Number 4 is goes along with the one I was just talking about. You want to exercise every day. Now, you know what? So there's a misnomer that you have to exercise for 30 minutes all in one block. You don't. You can do 5 minutes here, 2 minutes there, 5 minutes there. Brushing your teeth, you can do a set of squats while you're cooking dinner. You can do against the bench, you can do some push-ups, you can do some squats, you can do some lunges. You can do a million things amongst everything else. It does not have to be 30 minutes all at one time, but try and get that 30 minutes in. If you're walking, change up the walk. Don't just do a nice relaxing walk. Do a brisk walk and then maybe relax. Brisk walk, then relax. But get that exercise in every single day. It's good for the mind, good for the body. Number 5, have a look at the room setup. So this is so super key, because you want to make sure you've got enough, like the temperature's right. You don't want it too cold. You don't want it too hot. It can be difficult living in Australia sometimes. So you want to try and make sure that the room temperature is right. You want to make sure that it's dark enough, that you haven't got light peering in all over the place. You want to make sure, what else have we got? So if you can't avoid the light, maybe look at some eye masks and start sleeping with those. You see people have them all the time. Maybe even earplugs, if that's what you need to do, because you want to have no noise. The other thing that, now this is not on the notes, but one thing that, is really good is try and avoid having devices in your room, like your phone. If you use it as an alarm, get a proper alarm to keep it out of your room. Keep all that away. And making sure that, what else did I talk about here? Just keep distractions away. So if a fan or your husband annoys you with their breathing, you can hear the fan going, maybe consider putting earplugs in. I know for me that doesn't work, but I now no longer have the problem. So that's number 5. Did I say 5 or 6? I can't remember. But if I said 5, you're going to get 6. The other one is to make sure you've got a comfortable mattress and a pillow. So many times, I don't know about you, but if I've been to a hotel and they've got terrible pillows, oh my gosh, doesn't matter how comfortable the bed is, the sleep is over. So make sure that you've got the right pillow and the right mattress. It is worth investing for your sleep and for your sake. Okay, so let me give you those 6 tips just in a brief recap. So stick to a sleep schedule, even on the weekend. Number 2, establish a relaxing bedtime routine. Number 3, avoid napping during the day. Not going to serve you. May at the time, but it won't later. Number 4, do some exercise every single day. Number 5, evaluate the room. Make sure it's not too hot, not too cool. It's dark enough, and adjust accordingly. And number 6, make sure you've got a great mattress and a good pillow. So if you would like my notes and the other, how many other tips have I got? I've got 5 other tips for you. If you would like those, I'm happy to send that across to you. Just reach out. I'm happy to give them to you. And the quality of your sleep is so key to the energy and how you show up every single day. For me, it is absolutely vital, because I know when my energy goes, everything is off track. everything, and I don't like feeling like that. So I am really passionate about this, and really making sure that your energy is on point, because when you have energy, man, does life just get so much better. You can live life instead of exist through life. I know for me, it just changed everything, and I'm addicted to the energy that I now have versus what I used to have, which was existing and trying to drag my butt everywhere. And don't get me wrong, I was doing everything, but I was existing. I was just making do with what I had, and I was finding some bad things to fuel that energy. Lots and lots of coffee, lots and lots of lollies. So fortunately, I don't have to do that anymore, and I'm very grateful. So if you have any issues with your sleep, I would love to have a chat with you. Reach out to me. I'll send you more tips. No problem whatsoever. Thanks so much. Thank you, and have a wonderful sleep. See you tomorrow.